All right, so now for some news on Tesla and my thoughts on it and some positive news about green energy in general. No, I'm not like a hippie vegan that's all about green and, every single thing that is Republican is bad. I'm not. I love the earth and I think this is some good news. Basically, as far as Tesla goes, Tesla is about to join the S&P, I'm going to say by the end of this year. The ways it could do that is it could be able to claim $1 in profit of Q2, which is most likely not going to happen because of the pandemic and the inability to operate in Fremont, California. For most of Q2, they're just not going to be able to claim a profit. It's just not going to happen. However, if Tesla decides that they not decides, but if they happen to lose even $263 million loss in Q2, they could still reach the S&P 500 in Q4 by claiming $1 profit in Q3. That's all they would need. Now, obviously, Q3 is going to be huge. They're going to have multi-million dollars of profits, but they could still just, for example, worst case scenario, they could lose $263 million in Q2, which they probably will even more, and then just with $1 of profit, they could still get into the S&P 500 in Q3. Again, obviously, they're going to be much more profitable in Q3. So why does this matter? Okay, because when you're in the S&P 500, you basically, everyone wants to buy you. So the amount of Tesla shares available out there is 185 million shares outstanding. 20%, or a little bit more than 20%, are held by insiders such as Elon Musk and everyone else that just are not going to sell. 56% of those shares are held by institutional investors, big funds and everything. And when a company goes to the S&P 500, they usually get a 5 to 10% increase in a bump because everyone wants to buy them. So at any rate, any index fund is going to start to carry that stock. Any index fund, so there's 50 million retail investors in the US alone. And out of those 50 million, even if they all want one share, it's just not going to happen because there's 44.4 million shares left after you get rid of the 56% held by institutional investors and 20% held by insiders. There's 44.4 million shares left. So if all those retail investors, 50 million of them want one share, they just can't do it. So either the price is going to skyrocket, which it will inevitably because it has everything from electric to autonomous vehicles to solar energy, battery, everything that you could name. It has that. What they'll probably do is they'll wind up issuing more shares, and they'll use that to raise funds to build a new gigafactory or terafactory. Now, the gigafactory, giga means billion, tera means trillion. And in 2019, Tesla sold 367,500 cars, $24.6 billion in revenue. Now, and that's just auto. That's not including everything I just wrote, like the autonomous driving, the Tesla Share app that's going to come on, that's going to be able to say, hey, I'm going to use this as a Uber, call a Tesla. And that's not including solar. That's not including their batteries. And like I just said, that they're going to destroy Uber and Lyft. Uber, I don't think, has even been profitable yet. And that's not including their auto insurance. Their auto insurance, which has been rolled out in California, is something where you can have the statistical data of being super safe, pay less money for it, and there are just so many streams of revenue they have. Now, for some good news for not just Tesla, but green in general, from the dates of March 28th to May 3rd, about 40 days, renewables, solar, wind, and hydropower generated more electricity in the U.S. than coal did. And that's fantastic. We're moving away from, dirty energy that mucks up the planet, and we're moving towards renewable energy, which is amazing. Doesn't cost anything. And Minnesota's Great River Energy will close the Coal Creek power station that it has in North Dakota in 2022. Why? Because it's losing too much money. Even if, and as much as, let's say, people hate the 1% and they hate the right and they hate Republicans and okay, whatever, you do you. They are making the right decision by closing that down, and they're going to put up wind turbines instead. Because now, maybe are they making that decision because they're losing too much money in one and economics? Okay, listen, whatever gets them to get to renewable energy, I'm all for. Now, it's a power plant. It's not just any normal power plant that's run by coal. It's next to a coal mine. So even with a power plant right next to a coal mine, something that is made to shovel coal and get it out as quickly as possible, it's still too expensive. So by 2022, they're getting rid of it. And by 2023, 2/3 of electricity where that plant used to be will be coming from wind turbines. So that's pretty fantastic. Anyway, you guys, that is my thoughts on Tesla, why I'm still buying. I bought a share yesterday at $7.80, which is great. I bought, if I had more money, I'd buy more. Because again, this is just my opinion. This is just what I'm doing. I don't have any financial education in financing. I don't have a Series 767 license, anything like that. This is just what I'm doing. Just my opinion. I think that's going to be a $15,000 stock in the future in 10 years by 2030. That is barring any splits that may or may not happen. So I think, at that time, when the Tesla does go in the S&P 500, maybe it'll split. Maybe they'll just issue more shares. I don't know. Either way, guys, I love you all. Please comment, like, subscribe. Bye.